They say it's the size of a credit card, but is it really? Let's take a look at PowKiddy's new offering. This is the Pocket Games Player model A66. So here we go with another PowKiddy device. Now, regular viewers of the channel will know that PowKiddy are a bit hit and miss. They do make some pretty good stuff and they make an awful lot of crap as well. But I'm happy to say that this is not so bad. In fact, I quite like it. So first, let's take a look at the box. And as you can see, there's not a lot to it. That's it. It doesn't really have much information on there. Inside the box, we don't get much either. We get a little baggie, which the console came in. A USB-C cable to charge the device and transfer data, and we have a color printed instruction manual which is actually printed onto fairly good quality paper, none of this toilet paper rubbish. One side is in English and the other side is in Chinese, as you can see there. Printed in color no less. But what about the actual console? Well, let's take a look. Here it is. Look at that, isn't that a cutie? Now, it is small, I'll tell you, that's definitely not a lie, but it's so cute, it's tiny, but it feels good in the hand. The construction of the device is also pretty good as well. The front panel and the sides are made out of a plastic or transparent plastic, which feels fairly sturdy, no creaking, no bending, nothing, it's very nice. The D-pad has a pivot on it, and it is connected to little micro switches on the board. The buttons are also connected to micro switches, or little dome tack switches I should say, and they feel pretty good. Same with these buttons down here. We have a little tiny speaker in the corner, which is adequate. USB-C charging there, micro SD socket there, and on the back, absolutely nothing. The back is actually made of aluminium, so it feels nice and cool to the touch. And it is actually closed with Torx screws, not normal screws. Sides of the device, we have nothing on that side, and recessed here we have the power button, which you probably cannot even see, that's how recessed it is, but it is very easy to switch on and off. As you can see, I just switched it on, no problem whatsoever. So let's take a look at the device next to a Nintendo DSLL. Yes, as you can see, there is quite a difference there. But if we take a look at the actual buttons, you'll notice that the D-pad, oops, if we can get it to sit straight, let's put it there. The D-pad is actually bigger than the 3DSLL, and the buttons are also about the same size, or maybe a little bit bigger. So as far as controls go, it feels nice. But what type of games does it play? You're probably thinking it only plays Famicom games. Well, you'd be wrong. It actually plays 16-bit and even some PlayStation stuff. So let's get a little bit closer to this cute device and take a look at it in action. Now that we're up close and personal to the device, let's take a look at the options it has. So first of all, in settings, you can rotate the keys 90 degrees to play vertical scroll and shoot 'em ups. But how that's going to work, I don't know, because your action buttons are here and your D-pad's there. Well, you got two shoulder buttons up and down here, so maybe. Got different languages, main volume, the background music for the menus. That has its own volume. Brightnesses. So as you can see, it's pretty dim on the lowest, but we'll knock it all the way up to 10. We also got some device info here, as you can see. And we also got hardware tests, so we can test the keys and so on, which is quite nice to see. But now I've got to go through the whole hardware test. Select, menu. Alright. Now USB host test I haven't done because it's not connected to a USB device. U. Oh, we haven't got a U. I don't know what that means. Oh, okay, you got to plug in a USB keyboard. That's what it's asking for. Oh, I failed because we haven't got one of them connected. Stress test doesn't seem to do anything. Alright, let's get into the actual games. So files is just a typical file browser. We can, you know, take a look at whatever's in there. Now the image browser does allow you to look at all the different images on the device, so you can view photographs on here if that's your thing. Not that it probably is. Of course, you can also look at all the ROMs separately and the apps. Now the apps are basically just Linux games. So if you go to the game section, this is where the Linux games are stored. And, you know, pushing sideways, you get to see a little ROM image of them as well. Alright, but we're more interested in the emulation. So as you can see, we've got Arcade, Neo Geo, Famicom, Super Famicom, Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, Mega Drive, Sega Master System and Game Gear, PC Engine, PlayStation. Alright, so let's start off with a little bit of arcade stuff. Now, remember, this thing is tiny, little tiny device. We shouldn't expect it to play games absolutely 100% perfectly, especially the more demanding games. In fact, something like this would normally only play up to, you know, 8-bit Famicom games, but you'd be surprised at just what this can actually play. And as you can see, it's working really, really well. Nice speed. I don't notice any screen tearing, or at least not yet. But the controls are very responsive and feel good to the touch. And that's what's important about a game device, obviously. Alright, let's try out that save state option. So we'll, let's see, we'll save state there, continue a bit. I'll put my character up here in the corner, bring up the menu, load the save, and we get a little screenshot as well. Yeah, it works, not a problem. Okay, let's change to a different game. Alright, yeah, we got the usual flickering there, but because the screen's small, you don't really notice it too badly. Actually, this is not bad. Look at that, nice and smooth. Yep, I'm pretty impressed. Okay, let's move on to Neo Geo and see how it handles Neo Geo. Oops, keep pressing the wrong button. This one. Yeah, we know how to play it, come on. Alright, I'm going to have to kind of lift it up here to do some moves. It's going to be kind of awkward. Let's see, we're on the buttons. Here we go. Alright, that's kick, that's punch. That's punch, okay. Yeah, yep. Moves are working. Let's try that again. Oh, easy. Try a dragon punch. This way. Yeah, very easy to do. So the D-pad is a good one. Very easy to get the moves out. Although my gameplay skills are not good. Alright, so there's Neo Geo for you. Seems to be running very well there. Alright, let's check out another system. Now I hate checking out Famicom stuff because it always works anyway. These devices are basically made to run Famicom stuff, but we may as well give it a try. And as to be expected, it works. Nice, we've got some rapid fire options up at the top there. This is going to be rapid fire jump. Yeah, so we've got center buttons at the bottom, rapid fire at the top. Alright. But as you can see, it works. As to be expected. Alright, let's move on to another system. Okay, so we got Super Famicom here. Comes with a crap load of Super Famicom games built in. Loads of them. And usually Super Famicom is a bit of an issue on devices like this. And straight away, I can hear the music on F-Zero is a little bit slow. Yeah, it's speeding up now. Did you hear that? Yeah, that's slow. Okay, so yeah, it looks like Super Nintendo is going to be a crapshoot. Usually it is on these little devices. That is just too slow. Yeah. Let's try one more game just to see if oops, it will make any difference. So I put some games on myself, Star Fox, Pilot Wings and so on. Ghost Chaser. Let's see if these work. Pilot Wings probably won't. We'll give it a try anyway. Oh, surprisingly it does. But it is slow. I can hear the music slowing down. Wow, it's taken forever. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Oh, nice landing. Alright, it plays it, but it's slow. Okay, same with F-Zero, so Super Nintendo is not going to be really worth bothering with, I would imagine. It's a bit slow. Okay, let's take a look at Game Boy. Game Boy on these type of devices usually looks really good. 2,755 Game Boy games? Oh man, we are spoiled for choice. Alright, Castlevania here running on the device. Let's see if we've got any options to change that screen resolution to make it more square. Let's see. Full screen on or off. Okay, let's turn it off. See what that does. Ooh, it puts it in some sort of Game Boy border. Alright. Oh, that looks nice on this IPS screen. I hope it's coming across on the video well. Go away, bloody raven. There we go. Sounds good as well. That little tiny speaker actually makes it sound more authentic. Okay, let's take a look at some Mega Drive. Seems to be running it correctly. Let's get into the actual game. Let's see if it recognizes this as a 6-button pad. Let's go to controls. No, it recognizes it as a 3-button pad. Well, that's a bummer. Maybe we can change that in the actual options of the emulator using a hex editor. Anyway, let's get into the actual game and see if it plays properly. That's better. Yeah, that's fine. Oops. Alright, so if we're going to be able to play virtual racing on the Mega Drive on this device, full speed without a problem, it's going to run every other Mega Drive game just fine as well. But let's not just say that, let's load up a game and take a look. Alright, looking good. Let's get into the actual game. It's smooth, and there's no screen tearing. Alright, so it looks like Mega Drive is a winner. That's good, because Super Nintendo wasn't. Alright, let's take a look at some more different systems. Okay, Game Boy Advance time. Now, I'm going to really stress this out and see if it will play some of the high-end games. Let's see if it will play Duke Nukem Advance. I highly doubt it's going to. But we'll give it a try anyway. Jeez. Wow, it's not even going through the text fast enough, is it? Oh, look at that. As to be expected. Alright. Yeah, we expected that. So it's not going to run the really demanding DS games, is it? Not DS games, GBA games. Alright, let's find something that might be a little less demanding. Doris R. Let's see if it'll play that. Well, besides me playing like crap, the game does seem to run fairly well. So that's good to see. So for GBA stuff, it looks like if it's not a demanding game, it will play just fine. Okay, just a very quick blast of Sega Master System to see if it emulates them fine. I have no reason to disbelieve that, but we'll give it a try just to make sure. This is Time Soldiers, with very low volume. Alright, let's get into it, please. Yes, 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 yes. And yeah, it works, as to be expected. Okay, now on to the big one. PlayStation. Will it play PlayStation games or will it not? Well, it didn't play the Game Boy Advance games, did it? So yeah, let's load up Harmful Park and see how that works. Okay, well, it's loading and it crashed. Okay, let's try this file. Maybe we selected the wrong file there. No, it crashed. Alright, let's try Tekken 3. Nope, Tekken 3 didn't work either. Oh wow, this is not looking good, is it? Alright, Ridge Racer Type 4. Will this load? Okay, booting up, booting up. Alright, well at least this one loaded. Okay, how is it going to run? Let's take a look. Very slowly by, judging by how long it's... Oh, wow, even the video... Wow, even the video is playing slowly. Alright, this is not going to work, is it? No, this is not... Yeah, it's not going to work. Alright, let's just get out of that. Alright, so it's not going to play PlayStation, even though it says it does. And I just noticed we didn't run the PC Engine stuff, did we? Alright, let's just take a quick look at some PlayStation, not PlayStation, PC Engine. We'll go with Airzong. This should work, no problem. Yeah, and as to be expected, PC Engine works just fine. So there we have it. That is the PowKiddy A66, a fairly decent device, but let's take a look at the specs. So as we know, it runs on DC 5 volts, USB Type-C. It has 128 megabytes of storage, up to 32 gigabytes external, acceptable via the SD card. Playtime is not so long, up to 3 hours, but it is a tiny device with a tiny little battery, so that's not too bad. 2.0-inch IPS screen, very nice screen, and the battery is 600 milliamps, running at 3.7 volts, with a 0.5 watt speaker. But look at it, it's lovely, it's cute, it's tiny, it's about the size of a business card. For example, there you go. Oh, and I've knocked down the device. There is a business card, and there is the device. Very small, but surprisingly comfortable to play, and the screen is very easy to see, despite being very small. So yeah, I do recommend this as a nice little novelty, not a main gaming device, but for something that looks cool. And you can see the PCB underneath the casing. It's just so cool looking. I do recommend this. Wonderful device. Check it out in the link down below.